Week 13 in the books. Let's go. And by the way, I already did a review on the Thanksgiving games. I'll put the link in the description box in case you missed it. So let's move on to the Sunday games. Vikings beat the Panthers 31-13. Panthers were in trouble early on when they decided to let the Vikings block 2 punts, and not only that, but return both of them into the end zone for touchdowns. So yeah, Minnesota had a great day on special teams. Carolina, not so much. Not really much to talk about in this game other than the Panthers. Panthers are still a horrible football team, and now they're guaranteed another losing season because of their tie. Panthers fall to 3-8-1, and the Vikings improve to 5-7. But they're going to remain there, and now once again in a tie with Chicago for last place. They might even get out of last place this coming week, but in any event, moving on. Saints defeating the Pittsburgh Steelers 35-32. And the game wasn't even that close. The only reason why the Steelers scored 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter was because of garbage time. Le'Veon Bell had a big day playing. Drew Brees, though, throwing 5 touchdown passes. I mean, wow. You know, another losing team that the Pittsburgh Steelers have lost to. I mean, fucks up with that shit. Whatever. Steelers are 7-5. Saints are 5-7. Still within a tie of first place in the NFC North. Saints needed that win. They got it. Okay, this was a pick I wish I had back. Bengals defeating the Buccaneers 14-13. Game wasn't that memorable. The only thing that was memorable was Marvin Lewis throwing the challenge flag, because the Bengals were close to field goal range. The problem was how they got there was that they had 12 men in the huddle, or 12 men on the field on offense. The Buccaneers, that is. You know, and Lovie Smith admitted that it was his fault. I mean, and it was his fault. I mean, that really irritated me was the fact that the guys in New York did not inform the referees to stop the play and review the last play. It was because, in my opinion, had Marvin Lewis not thrown the challenge flag, now granted, he just loses a timeout. You're not getting penalized. This isn't 2012. But had he not thrown the flag, I don't think the referees were going to look at that play. It was, you know, you would think that they would have a look at that play right off the bat. Whatever they're at. So yeah, thank goodness the Bengals won, because otherwise there would have been more controversy. Bengals are still in first place in the AFC North. And the Buccaneers, by the way, the Bengals are 8-3-1. The Buccaneers are 2-10. Unbelievable. Moving on, Rams beating the Raiders 52-0. 10 days to prepare for this game, and the Raiders come up with that. You know what they were doing? I know what they were doing. They were on heavy drugs. You know, they were on crystal meth, heroin, cocaine, all of that shit. PCP, all of that shit. And, you know, they were high off their victory. Problem is, they played like shit. Derek Carr making rookie mistakes, throwing interceptions when he should have just when he should have just ate the ball and taken the sack. But whatever there. How about Sean Hill throwing a couple touchdown passes and then running it in for a couple scores? But how about Trey Mason? Since he's become the starter, he's been on fire. Just simple as that. So, and that made me feel good because at least oh hey, the Broncos lost to them. They're not a bad football team. But in any event, Raiders fall to 1-11, and the Rams improve to 5-7. Moving on. Fuck the New York Giants. Jaguars picking up a victory over the New York Giants. The Giants had a 21-0 lead and they blow it. I mean, the Giants had, and then, and it was just the stupidest way possible. Well, the Giants fumbled. They get the ball in the end zone. All the Giants had to do was just recover it so that it would just give up a safety, and hopefully nothing more than that. But no, the Giant player couldn't fucking hold on to the ball, and because of that, the Jaguars recovered it, and boom, touchdown. And then Eli Manning throws a good pass to Larry Donnell, but he fumbles the ball. And guess what happens? Once again, running it all the way back for a touchdown. We're the Jacksonville Jaguars. And then at that point, it was an exchange of field goals, and the Jaguars went on a last-second field goal. I mean, congrats to the Jaguars, but this had more to do with the Giants losing the game than the Jaguars winning it. So shut the fuck up. Giants fall to 3-9 and are now on a 7-game losing streak. Jaguars get the victory. Whatever. Fuck you, New York. Moving on. Colts defeated the Redskins 49-27. How about that Moncrief guy for the Indianapolis Colts? Catching a couple touchdowns. T.Y. Hilton got going, of course. And how about Kobe Fleener since Dwayne Allen got injured? He's been stepping it up in a major way. But I'm going to talk about the Redskins for a moment. How about Colt McCoy and that tight end that they have, Jordan Reed, I believe his name is. Wow, I mean, damn good tight end. And Colt McCoy, yeah, I was impressed with Colt McCoy. Throwing 3 touchdown passes. Of course, then again, most of that was due to garbage time, but still, he didn't play. Regardless, he didn't play that bad. I don't see Robert Griffin posting numbers like that, because he's too worried about running the ball. Guess what? It's been costing him. Hopefully Colt McCoy is the quarterback of the future for the Washington Redskins, because he's looking like a good fit for Jay Gruden. I mean, then again, I said that about Kirk Cousins. And again, people said, not me, but people have been saying that about Kirk Cousins, and look what happened to him. But I think Colt McCoy is a lot better than Kirk Cousins. Okay, that was long-winded and unnecessary. But moving on, Colts are 8-4. Redskins fall to 3-9, tied with the Giants for last place in the NFC East. Colts remain 2 games ahead against Houston. Buffalo defeating the Cleveland Browns 26-10. And we finally get to see Johnny Manziel. Hoyer has himself another bad game, and now Johnny Manziel was in the game. But here's the kicker in the nutsack. Brian Hoyer's going to be starting against Indianapolis. So the Manziel fucktard fanboys are going to have to wait another fucking week. Fuck out of here. Oh, and nice fumble. Oh yeah, by the way, nice fumble that Johnny Manziel gave up. It should have been ruled a fumble. Well, my roommate and I were arguing back and forth. Of course, we ended up having to agree to disagree. But that was a fucking fumble. All right, I mean that's bullshit. Yes, his arm was going forward, but I thought the tuck rule was gone. I don't know what the fuck's up with that. Can we a little more transparency, please? Fuck's sakes. Both teams are now 7-5, and look out for Buffalo. And thankfully, both teams are 7-5. Thankfully, Buffalo won. But yeah, did I mention already that the Buffalo Bills are not going away? I think I did. 7-5. Think about that for a moment. That is 2 more victories than the Giants and the Jets combined. Moving on. Chargers defeating the Ravens 34-33. There were a lot of horrible calls in that game, especially the ones against the Chargers. A couple of pass interference penalties against the San Diego Chargers that should not have been pass interference penalties. You know, and yeah, people are going to say, well, the last one against the Ravens cost them the game. First off, yeah, it did cost them the game because the Ravens did interfere with the Charger player. I mean, get out of here. The right call was made, okay? Don't blame the refs, blame the Ravens. They were the reason for why they lost. Nothing more. And how about Phillip Rivers finally getting going on the road, by the way? Which is typical Phillip Rivers. He usually does better on the road than he does at home. Yeah, and then that last throwing the game-winning touchdown to Eddie Royal. Yeah, Eddie Royal sucks. I'm sorry, he just sucks. You know. Yeah, that's so fucking sarcasm. Denver should have never let him go. I believe they had to make room for Peyton. I get all that shit, but whatever. Moving on. Chargers improved 8-4. Ravens fall to 7-5 and are in big trouble, considering what division they're in. No. That's later. Texans defeating the Titans 45-21. Well, at least the Titans were able to score points, which is something the Raiders weren't able to do. But in any event, how about Ryan Fitzpatrick? 6 touchdown passes. Of course, to be fair though, that's because the Titans defense sucks. Oh, just give Ryan Fitzpatrick credit. Why don't you fucking make me? How's that? Not a good week for me, so don't expect me to praise people that I don't feel like praising because I wasn't that impressed with a certain player, so don't like it, fuck you. I am gonna show some appreciation for JJ Watt. Because once again, he was all over the field. Though JJ Watt should have been penalized for driving Zach Mettenberger to the ground, which caused a partially broken which caused a collarbone injury, which means that Jake Locker might be getting the starting job back or whatever the fuck. But hopefully it's not too serious. But I'm not really into the updates on that. But anyway, that being said, That being said, though, J.J. Watt all over the field again, scoring another touchdown. That's his 5th of the season, his 3rd on offense. That was Fitzpatrick's 6th touchdown pass of the day. And how about Hopkins? What a day he fucking had. And of course, Titans. I'm not going to mention the Titans. They suck. 2-10 are the Titans. Texans 6-6 still remain 2 back against Indianapolis. Falcons defeated the Arizona Cardinals 29-18. Wow, the fact that the Cardinals couldn't score 20 against a pretty bad Atlanta Falcons defense. But then again, because their offense is back now. I mean, Harry Douglas is back. You know, Julio Jones is finally getting going again. Roddy White, of course. The running game is starting to come back. Kind of a weird one though, because the Falcons only scored 29 points, and now the Cardinals have lost a couple more players, Andre Ellington and Tyrann Mathieu, aka the Honey Badger. Again, they lost him last year due to an injury. This time it's a broken thumb. He could play, but he's going to have to wear a cast or whatever. So he'll play, but how effective will he be? That's just my question. I'm sure Matthew will be fine, but whatever. They got a tough test next week against the Chiefs. The only good news about that is at home. But Drew Stanton sucks. I'm sorry. Drew Stanton sucks. He always sucked, but damn. I mean, it's just that more teams are game planning towards him because they have more game tape of him. And he threw some bad passes. I mean, he overthrew one wide open receiver, which ended up being an interception. Even with this fucking light, I'm still having fucking camera issues. Fuck's up with that? Anyway. Calm down. Bottom line is this: Cardinals have lost their last 2 games. They fall to 9-3. They still have the NFL. They still have the top seed in the NFC. That's only because of 2 more teams that are tied with Arizona. There's Eagles and the Packers. More on that, and let's get to it now. Packers defeating the Patriots 26-21. Clearly the game of the week. No questions about it. The Packers, very interesting, did not score a red zone touchdown, and the Patriots did score a couple of red zone touchdowns, but it didn't matter because they did score. So that means they scored some touchdowns in longer fields. Especially the one at the end of the second half by Jordy Nelson beating Darrelle Revis. That's got to make it pissed off Darrelle Revis, of course, but it is what it is. Rodgers only threw 2 touchdowns this time. It's not 6, but whatever. The Patriots, key moment during that game when the Patriots called the timeouts early in the third quarter. When I said that, I was watching the game myself. When I saw the Patriots call a timeout early in the third quarter, I was like, oh fuck, I should have taken the Packers. The Patriots just lost right then and there because they could have used that timeout later on in the game. Of course, it's easier for me to say that, but it is what it is. But hey, both teams are now 9-3. The Patriots' 7-game win streak is over. And the Packers, they still keep winning at Lambeau. Okay, my apologies to my fellow Bronco fans. Broncos defeating the Chiefs 29-16. And oh god, like I said, rough week for me in general. So I'm a little pissed but this game I didn't give a fuck about losing because it's my team. But yeah, I will say this though, Peyton Manning, worst game of his career right now. But he didn't throw an interception, so it's not that bad. So it wasn't the worst, but it was one of his worst games. Statistically, he completed only 17 of 34 for 170 some yards, but he did throw 2 touchdown passes. But holy shit, how about that call on 4th and 7? The Broncos they had a great punt negated by a penalty. And that's when the Broncos said, "Oh, fuck it, we're going for it." Oh my God, when the Broncos did that fake punt, Andy Reid was pissed. Holy shit. The face that he made, like, holy fucking shit. Wow. So yeah, again, my apologies to my fellow Bronco fans. I am not. But I will say that. But let me say this: if I don't think my Broncos are going to win, I am not going to pick them. I mean, even if I am wrong, because like I said, I'm not a fanboy. I'm not going to be some. Now, am I a better person for it? No, but I'm just I try to be realistic. Sometimes I'm pessimistic. That was just me being pessimistic. So my apologies. Denver improves to 9-3, beating Kansas City for the 6th straight time. Can't believe I'm saying that. And the Chiefs fall to 75, lost their last 2 games. Man, and I expected, but I did expect better out of Kansas City, though. I mean, let's be honest here. Yeah, they had 10 days to prepare, and this is what they get, and this is what they give their home crowd. And last but not least, ESPN NFL Monday, Dolphins beating the Jets 16-13. And the Jets, just like the Giants, blew a lead. They blew a 13-6 lead, and the Dolphins come back, score a touchdown. I believe it was Lamar Miller that scored the game-time touchdown. And then the Dolphins drive down the field again and hit the game-winning field goal. And that's the thing. And then the Jets on the other side missed 2 field goals. It would have been 19-16 or something stupid like that, or maybe even 19-10 or something like that. But but Nick Folk, not a good night for him. Dolphins improved to 75. Jets improved. Get out of here. Jets fall to 2-10. And holy shit, Jet fans are pissed off right now because of what Mark Sanchez has been doing. Holy shit. It is time for Rex Ryan to be fired. This is it for him. Oh my God, I can't believe I turned on Sanchez last year. I don't know why I turned on him. I do know why. The reason why I did is because fucking Sanchez, because I was praising him back in 2012 or whatever, and then Sanchez has a fucking shit season with butt fumble, and that's the one thing I forgot to mention is Sanchez. Sanchez on Thanksgiving game 2 years ago against the Patriots. That was the butt fumble, and then this Thanksgiving he played great. He played great, But Rex Ryan obviously does not understand offensive schemes. And that's the problem with being a head coach, is that you can't just worry about your side of the ball. I don't care if you're an offensive-minded or defensive-minded. When you're the head coach, you have to worry about both sides and three phases of the game, because of special teams as well. It is what it is. But it is time for Rex Ryan to get fired. And obviously he's going to be fired at the end of this year. All right, went 8-8. Try to do better the next week. I better do better next week. That last week pissed me off. But until next time, later, fuckers.